Welcome yogis to Balance by Meghan. I'm Meghan. Today's practice is a core power flow. So, as the title states, this is a practice that focuses on core power. You'll build a lot of strength, a lot of heat in the body with this flow. So grab your mat and let's create balance in your life. We'll begin in wide-legged child's pose. So bring the knees as wide as the mat, sink the hips back, and walk your hands forward. So just taking a moment here to be in child's pose, to pause whatever needs to be done for the day, to take a few moments to focus on the breath and get ready for your practice. So you can stay still or you can sway a little from side to side, finding a little movement in the body that works for you today. That feels done to you. You'll take a big breath in, and exhale, you'll pull yourself up to tabletop position. Draw the knees in, hip bone width apart, knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. We'll move through cat-cow to warm up the body. Inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, arch the back. Come into your cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly. Cow pose. Exhale, arch the back. Chin draws in towards chest. Move through your cat-cow in a way that feels good to you today. Just warming up the body before we move through our quick, fast-paced flow. And take one more wherever you are. Inhale, come back to neutral. Press into your hand, push away from the mat. Press into the tops of your feet. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the knees, let them hover. Hovering plank. We'll stay in this position, engaging the core for 5, 4, 3. Draw your wrist towards your knees, knees towards the wrists. 2, 1. Drop the knees, walk your hands forward, curl the toes underneath, and come up to your first down dog. Pedaling out the feet here, moving the body. Fingertips are spread wide. We're pressing into the mat with our hands, drawing our heels towards the mat, though they don't have to reach. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to the thighs or the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come slowly to standing up. Arms reach up. Palms kiss overhead. Draw the hands to the heart space. Take a moment here in Tadasana, mountain pose, before we move through our flow. As promised, you'll build a lot of heat in the body, a lot of strength. So if needed, come to a child's pose if your body is asking for a rest, to catch your breath. Fingertips in line with the toes. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come to your belly. Inhale, come up, cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes underneath. Come into your plank position. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Pedaling it out. Or finding stillness, whatever is calling to you today. Reach the tailbone high towards the sky and make sure your shoulder blades are drawing down and away. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms reach up and kiss overhead. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart space. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips in line with the toes. Exhale, fold, right toes back, then left. Come into your plank, and this time you might do a chaturanga to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Pedaling it out. Finding movement in the body. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, hop your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, slowly working up the spine. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart space. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold down the center line. Inhale, halfway lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Belly to cobra or chaturanga to upward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, send it up, downward facing dog. In down dog, our elbow creases are shining forward, our thigh bones rotate inwards. And it might be in your practice to try to really jam those heels towards the mat, but it will come naturally. Just find movement and find a position that works for you. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms reach up, palms kiss overhead. Draw your hands to your heart space. It's hard for me to talk and do this at the same time. Take a moment here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. This time we'll move through chair pose. So you'll sink the hips back, fingertips go back, they sweep the mat, and we come into our strong chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, fold over your legs, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, flow. Inhale in your cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take just 1 breath here. Inhale, draw your right knee in. Place it between the hands. Pivot on the back foot and rise up. Warrior 1. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back and move through a flow. Inhale, shoulders tug away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath here. Inhale, draw your left knee in. Place it between your hands. Pivot in the back foot and rise up. Virabhadrasana 1. Hips face forward. Inhale here. Exhale, come down, plant the hands, step back. As you come through your chaturanga or cobra, really tuck or suck those elbows in towards the side. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. In through the nose. Exhale, lion's breath. Stick your tongue out, side out. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out, tongue out. Once more, inhale. Exhale, side out. Catching the breath. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fingertips sweep the mat, come into your chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, slight back bend as you come to stand. Draw your hands to your heart and feel your heart beating beneath your thumbs. Take one more breath here. And we'll move through a chair pose one more time. So we sink the hips back, bend the knees. Inhale forward. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Weight is in the heels. Feel as though you can lift your toes, and if you can, go ahead and do so. Shine the heart forward, reach up. Inhale here. Exhale, release into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Move through a flow or vinyasa. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Again, just catching your breath. If you need to, always take a child's pose. And from here, we'll anchor the left heel down. Inhale, send the right leg up. Exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest, let it hover. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, draw the right knee to your right elbow. Engage the core. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, draw it over to the left elbow, really reach it there. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, draw it into center and step up into a low lunge. So you can drop the back knee, uncurl the back toes, shine the heart forward, come onto your fingertips, and squeeze your knee into midline, mid-center of the body. We'll stay here in low lunge for one more breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, walk the hands back, draw your hips back, straighten the front knee, toes flex towards your body, run or stretch. Inhale, look forward, exhale, release over your straight leg. Take a few breaths here. And from here, we'll walk the foot forward, come into your low lunge. Curl the toes underneath, pick up your back leg. Step back, come into a strong plank pose. So actively draw your heels towards the back of your mat. Navel draws up towards your spine. Take an inhale here, exhale. Take your right hip over to the right side, let it dip. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left hip dips to left side of the mat. Inhale, center, exhale, dip. So we're doing oblique twist here. So good for the core and the body. We'll do one more to the left. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, send it up, downward facing dog. So you can use down dog as a resting position to catch your breath. Or as always, you can go to a child's pose. Spreading those fingertips, shoulders, blades are drawing down and away in the body. Take one more breath here in down dog. And actively draw the right heel towards the mat. Send the left leg up. Inhale, draw it into center. Exhale, send it up. Inhale, draw it to the left elbow. Let it hover. Exhale, draw it up. Inhale to the right. Exhale, draw it up. Draw it into center. Come into your low lunge on the left side. So you can drop the right knee, uncurl those toes, and come into your low lunge. So you should be feeling this in the right hip flexor. And I love low lunges for hip work. They're one of my favorites. So inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the hands back. Flex those left toes. And try to keep a 90-degree angle in your back leg. So we're not overextending, but we're getting a nice hamstring stretch here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. You might be feeling the urge to curse me if you're having trouble catching the breath. But just focus on inhaling through the nose. Maybe give it a count and exhale. That same count, let it go. If that's not working, you can always extend the exhale and calm the breath down. Inhale, look forward. Bend into that left knee. Come back to your low lunge. Plant the hands, pick up the right knee, and step back to your plank. So get situated here in your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, we'll do our oblique twist again. So we're building a strong core with this practice. And there's so many different types of yoga. A lot of them include core at some point, even sitting positions. They usually ask you to engage your core or the root lock. And just once more, come back to your plank, drop the knees, and send it back to a child's pose. Resting here. Hips draw towards the heels. And if your wrists need a little extra love, you can keep them behind you like so. Or you can reach the hands up and take them in prayer position over the back of the neck. Or you can simply just give yourself some wrist circles here. Yogi's choice. We'll take another breath here in Balasana, the child's pose. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale, draw yourself up. We'll come back into our strong plank pose. Curl the toes underneath. Come up, engage the core. And we'll draw the right knee in to the center and we'll send it back. Left knee into the center, exhale, send it back. And we'll move through mountain climbers here. So with anything in yoga, or fitness for that matter, quality over quantity. So don't blast through this because you think it's the right thing to do. Feel every bone in your body, as you're moving these mindfully. Drop the knees. You can go into your child's pose or come to sit back on your heels. And this time you might rotate the wrist. Give yourself some thriller arms to counter all the wrist work we've been doing here. Planks, chaturangas. And we'll come back to our plank. So really find yourself here, really get situated. Plank pose. And this time we'll take our right fingers and we'll touch the left shoulder. Send it down. And we'll take the left fingers and touch the right shoulders. So we'll move through these shoulder taps here. Try not to move the hips. I know it's hard, but just give it a go. Really engage that core. Just 2 more wherever you are. And same thing, drop the hips. So rather drop the knees, child's pose, or come to sit on your heels and give your wrists some love. And try to even out the breath, whether you're in child's pose or you're here, sitting on your heels. And we'll do one more version of that, changing it up slightly. Roll the shoulders. Come back to your plank. Curl the toes underneath. Plank pose. So feel as though you're preparing your body for someone about to punch you in the gut. That's the kind of lock and engagement you want in the core. So plank pose here. And we'll take the right toes and we'll tap them off the side of a right mat. Come back to center, left toes off the left side of the mat. And we'll move through toe taps here. Again, creating a lot of core power here. And we'll just do 2, 1. Everyone come back to a child's pose. Catch your breath. As I stated at the beginning of this video, this is a power class. There are so many benefits to creating a strong core. When we create a strong core, we create a strong back. We create a strong spine. And you can see how this is all very beneficial in your life. So swing the legs to the right side or whatever side works for you. Come to sit on your mat. Feel the sitting bones rooting in to the ground or into the mat. We'll send the toes out for bow pose or navasana. So here, make sure you're not falling into the lower back. You're still balancing. Keep the spine nice and long. You might be here. If you'd like to take your practice to the next level, you can do your full bow. I'm going to stay here. You can keep the arms out, palms up, or interlaced behind your thighs. Inhale here. Engage that core. As you exhale, we're going to slowly come into a low bow. Inhale up. Exhale, come to your low bow. Inhale up. Exhale, come to your low bow. Your low bow, hold it. And exhale, release. So get situated on the mat. Fix your ponytail if you've got one. Soles of the feet come together. Knees go wide. We'll take a few breaths here in Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel your heart beating. Feel how alive you are. interlace your fingers, keeping the thumbs down. Draw them behind the head, using the thumbs to cradle your neck. If this doesn't work for you, simply take your fingers to your temples. So take a moment and find a way that feels good for you. We'll move through butterfly crunches here. Inhale through the nose, exhale. That feeling as if you're about to be punched in the gut again. You'll lift up a little. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. So move through these butterfly crunches and be mindful of your core being engaged. We're not reefing ourselves around here, but rather just mindfully engaging that core and lifting up slightly. So let's all take 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to rest. Draw your right knee over to your left knee. Actively draw that right knee down. Inhale here. Exhale, lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift up. So as you're moving through this, feel that sensation of pulling the right knee down towards the mat. Working on side obliques here. 1 more. Exhale, come back through the center. Draw that left knee over to the right. Make sure your shoulders are flat on the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, lift up. And we're almost coming to the end of our practice. But this isn't an easy flow to do. So be proud of yourself for making it through. And we'll just do 2 more. 2, 1. Come through the center. Release the hands. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Let's give ourselves a little hug here. You deserve it. Bringing some love to the lower back. And we'll send the toes up towards the sky, keeping the legs straight. Arms come alongside our body. Palms face down, pressing into the mat. Inhale, toes reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, left foot, left toes come down to the mat, let them hover. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left toes come down towards the mat, but they don't touch. Inhale, up. So we'll move through these scissor kicks. Again, being mindful of engaging that core. Let's do 3 more on each side. And as always, quality over quantity. Always making sure we're mindful of our movement. Draw the toes up. Arms come out in front of you. Fingertips reach towards those toes. Inhale here. Exhale, lift as though you're trying to touch your toes. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Engage the core here. You should be feeling this in this part of the body, in your abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw your knees in towards your chest. God, if you're wearing a ponytail, that's kind of annoying. It gets in the back. Keeps bumping in the back of my head as I'm trying to do my core work. You might rock a little from side to side here. And before we move into our final pose, you can stay here. You can get ready for corpse pose. You can take a happy baby, grabbing the outside of our feet, drawing those knees towards the mat, feet flex as if you're making an imprint on the ceiling. Happy baby pose. You might make this baby extra happy by moving it from side to side. And when that feels finished to you, draw the knees in for a little hug and send the feet to the corners of our mat. Arms along our bodies, palms up for receiving. Take a moment in Shavasana to let the power of your body, of the practice we just did, what's the word I'm looking for? Let it rest in the body and let your body absorb all the movement you did. And just give yourself a few moments to catch your breath and quiet the mind. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you're able to. 5 minutes, perhaps 10 if you have the time. If not, we will invite small movement into our body, to our toes, our fingertips, rotating the wrists and the ankles. We'll turn to one side of our mat, taking a moment to be in this fetal position. We push up to a seated position, crossing the legs. You did it. We'll draw hands to our heart space and just take a moment to thank yourself for kicking butt during this practice. Built core strength, but we worked on arms, legs. And past the physical, you worked on your mental well-being. You may have thought, I'll never get through this practice, but you did. And if you didn't, another day. Draw the hands up to the third eye, the place between our brow, our inner teacher, and our inner guidance. We bow and we say, may the light in me honor the strength and the light in each and every single one of you. Namaste.